Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lex Talk Stuff podcast. And today, I have a guest with me. Want to introduce yourself, my friend?
Who's the guest? I'm scared. No,
It's you.
it's me? No. Ben, I'm Liquid Lunacy. I do internet things sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Blame the 9 to 5. It's not that I don't like the 9 to 5, it's that I am tired and I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Get it straight. Don't get it twisted. Hope you're doing good.
No, I totally get it. After, now I'm just used to the 9 to 5. When
Mm.
you, did, summer camp club
Oh,
stuff or programs, and then you're like, this is exhausting. At least this is not going to be this way forever, and you're just waiting for
are,
when the schedule changes. Like that's how
are
it
you?
felt for me at first with PBS, and now I'm like, oh, this is this is just my life now.
Mhm.
But so
Well,
yeah.
my 9 to 5, right?
Mhm.
Like, well, you were saying it was like summer camp. That's what I meant to go into. Summer camp. I have a very unique summer camp experience because I had one day of summer camp, popped a gargantuan blister on the bottom of my soul, and then was basically like immobile for the last like 2 months of it. Like it was awful.
Like it was just so what was so bad about it? Did you get hurt? Was everyone mean?
It,
Was the weather terrible?
no, it was the blister.
Oh,
It's
like
the
I thought
blister
you meant a
basically immobile.
metaphorical blister for a second.
Oh no, no! I literally had a massive blister pop on the bottom of my foot, dude, and I just was like, I
Oh.
literally couldn't move. I just was like, it hurt so much. I was off my feet the entire time. I couldn't enjoy like a fucking thing besides like water.
Was it the heel or the arch?
It was right on the ball of my foot.
Oh. So
No
I'm guessing
steps. You couldn't walk.
you had to tiptoe on
Tiptoe.
one foot?
Pretty much, I had to basically walk on the pad, the front pad. It was horrid. It was not a holly jolly Christmas.
Yeah, no, I've had those. Oh, it's worse when you're when you're wearing shoes or whatever, and then you get them on your heels.
Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's awful too. Yeah, I had that really bad when I was working at Ambient wearing my Doc Martens. That was rough. I
Mm.
had to like wear nice socks. I had to like set up like heel pads. You know, I was cleaning them constantly. It was so stupid. Wasn't worth it.
Yeah, no,
Um, we're here for movies. We're here to talk about the films.
yeah, so for the topic today, me and my best buddy from college, Ben, will be talking about
You do.
be talking about scores and movies, TV shows, and video games, and
First thoughts. I'm breaking the wall down with a sledgehammer. We're going in this hot and heavy and hard. Oh my. We're going for fucking E.T. John Williams, dude. Fucking let's talk movies, okay? I have been in love with E.T. since I was very little, and I could tell that there was something going on with that soundtrack. I was like, this is gourmet shit. There's something in there. There's something in that tank. I need to get in there. Like, it has like a very nostalgic childlike wonder to it that you don't get in a lot of other scores, and I feel like there's something very unique and special in it. And another film I feel has that same childlike nostalgic wonder, and it might be because I grew up with both of them, so don't bias me this or that. You're completely right. I think the Jim Carrey Grinch has a really great Christmas soundtrack, and then some of the fake Who music is fucking horribly great. Like it's like an earworm from hell, dude. Like the streets are filled with Christmas cheer. Like some of the fucking music, and then like all the stupid quotes. I mean, like, and then like some of the sound effects. Like you know when the guy is like, "Won't let you go till you buy shampoo," and then he goes, "Ugh." Like it's like that. Like I have to do it just right to get it into the microphone, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, like the here I said anything by John Williams. Like, I mean, what can we say? He is the man. Like, I don't even want to talk
he's
about
like,
Star Wars yet. We'll leave Star Wars towards the end.
oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but yeah, I thought the movie you were gonna say that had like a similar feel with E.T.'s music. I thought you were gonna say like Hook.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hook is another one. Yeah, that's another really wonderful, really good soundtrack.
Yeah,
Um,
just this
let me think.
like John Williams just has this like uniqueness to him where like he always is grand, he's always whimsical, and he knows how to like get you in this fantasy like completely, like you are immersed, and he rarely like reuses music. Like there are times where you can hear certain like certain composers and certain musicians where they reuse some of their old like music. I mean, it's not copyright infringement, but and you know, if a verse works, a verse works, but still like I can't think of a single like John Williams soundtrack that isn't like its own unique like soundtrack.
Like he's done so much, it requires me to look it up.
Yeah, I mean,
I've also been thinking, another one, Hans Zimmer, Hans Zimmer and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm
mhm.
so like holy fucking shit. Interstellar, The Lion. I didn't even know he did The Lion.
Yeah. Well, also the thing is, and I think it was Dylan, Tessa's brother, that told me that Hans Zimmer, there are times where he doesn't even do like the music himself anymore. He has a team of people do it sometimes, and it's just
Uh,
quoted as Hans Zimmer. So I'm like, so you Steve Jobs it up?
it's aroma of Zimmer.
But I mean, that's not
Uh,
saying like he's a hack. He still makes good stuff. Like even when it's not him, like he's made enough stuff where he has something to his name. Like it's one of those like,
Sherlock Holmes,
oh yeah, Sherlock Holmes. That's right. Wait,
like
which one? The
the
Robert Downey
art.
Jr. one?
Yep.
Yep. Uh,
He did the Dark Knight trilogy.
I have that on there.
Uh,
Like one of the best. What do you think is like
he
the
did
best?
Megamind, Kung Fu Panda, Spirit. The isn't that the Tom Cruise horse?
I think
No, it's Matt
so.
Damon. Wow.
Oh, oh, that's funny. I totally forgot
It's
about
a it,
Spirit.
dude. It's a very interesting movie. Like and the way that it's been turned into like a horse girl property in its later years.
Yeah.
Like it's that's a whole ride. He did the Prince of Egypt, which is one of the best movies in human history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like God have mercy. Like that is one of the best movies ever made.
But yeah.
Oh, I am being beckoned for lime juice. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't know what that is.
uh, but yeah, with like,
Just a standard all gas, no brakes.
but yeah, with the Dark Knight. What would you say
Mm-hmm.
like the whole trilogy? What do you think is like the best like this is like the number one theme like of this whole trilogy? When I think of this trilogy, I think of this.
It's always with the Dark Knight trilogy. It's got to be like Heath Ledger Joker. I mean, like not to diss Cillian Murphy doing Scarecrow or Tom Hardy doing Bane because they're both fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But you have to admit that based off of real life events, uh, we kind of have to value one movie a little bit more.
Well, I was saying that, like, with the soundtrack, would you say, like, Joker's theme with that creepy, like, airing of, like, is
Yeah.
probably, like, the one of the first things you think of, or do you think of, the dun 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 dun
I
dun
gotta
dun?
be. I don't even. I gotta be honest. Like, my Batman memory is so fogged by the Arkham trilogy, I can't even think. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's like, I think about it and I think about, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, and then I realize I'm just thinking about the Arkham City main menu.
Yep, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was, not to be too blunt, but I was on the toilet earlier and I was thinking about the Arkham City main theme, like the loading screen. Like you just
You know the like, you know the trailer of Batman sitting there perched and he's like looking with his eyes really really big. It's like, and then it's like when you hear mom and dad talking about you from downstairs, upstairs, and then it's like that's you thinking about it on the toilet. It's like
Yeah.
you have like the um. Let me think. Other movies.
Another one that I got here, well, I want to go to a game first. Like one of the games I want to go on here is, I gotta say, the new like God of War soundtrack by Bear McCreary is so good. It's crazy how good it is with its like baritone, uh
Yeah, the
like
choir, right?
yeah, with its
The
like
demon.
baritone like vocals
Like,
and
yeah, I haven't played the God of War trilogy. I got to be honest because I've been trying to play all of them from the start, which is a big task.
Yeah, and I
I
want to
said,
do
I
that. It's just the problem is I don't have, what is it? Is it the PlayStation Plus thing or
yeah,
PlayStation?
yeah. It's like PlayStation Plus Premium. It's like $20 a month, bro.
Well, let me get through some of my other stuff first, then I'll pay for that.
Yeah, that's not me judging you. That's just Sony. That's Sony paying too much for streaming video games, my opinion. But um, let me think. Game that I always think about, like immediately when I think video game soundtracks, I think Hotline Miami. Like Hotline Miami has so much vernacular violence in it, and its music evokes disco. And after you kill everything on the level, all the music goes silent, and it's very droning and slow, and you have to walk past all the gore and the viscera that you leave to kind of reflect on the high paced tension mixed with the actual potential implication.
Well, I've never played any of those. I never played that game, the
Yeah.
Hotline City.
Let me, to talk more, let me think. Other games, everything made by From Software. That's talking Dark Souls, that's talking Bloodborne, that's talking Elden Ring, Sekiro, like all the music they do is fucking phenomenal. Like it's scary good because they're literally making like orchestra music that's better than anything made in England. And I know I just took that from Maxor and I'm not going to apologize. But besides that, another big game, Halo. Halo music is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, mwah, mwah, beautiful games. Um, we were talking Arkham.
Hmm.
Um,
But yeah, Arkham, me just sitting on the toilet thinking about it. I just have this like
um,
picture of like me just like looking over at the
they
toilet.
get a
There's like a
Batman
spider.
cape.
There's like a Spider-Man. There's like a spider going across my toilet, like no, on the floor of my bathroom, and I'm just like perching down looking at it.
I just looked behind me at my Ghostbusters shrine and realized that there's a movie I might need to talk about.
Uh-huh.
So, welcome. We're here to talk about Ghostbusters now. So, I think Ghostbusters has a pretty good soundtrack. I'm not gonna say it's phenomenal, but I mean, for what it's worth, it does a lot to lay like the mood pretty well, and it's
Mhm.
got some really cool synthesizers. I think Ghostbusters 2 has a really good soundtrack.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is okay. Frozen Empire is also okay. You know what I want? Bring me back the fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Ghostbusters. Dun, 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 dun. Like,
Ghostbusters. Fucking,
yeah.
uh,
Another one that I think that we have to talk about, and this guy is not just an amazing director, he's also an amazing composer too, and that is John Carpenter.
yeah.
Like,
He likes to play Sonic, and he also plays a lot of guitar and synthesizer.
yeah, like he did the theme for Halloween. Like
Mm-hmm.
he did Halloween. Did he do the theme for what is it? Escape from New York? Yeah, let me take a
I
look.
think so. Let me check.
I'm taking a look now. John Carpenter.
Jean Carpentier.
He's done so many. He's done so many movies.
Jean Carpentier.
Did you know he didn't even do the
I can't
last
think.
Halloween movie?
Yeah, because he has retired and he's doing other things now.
I know he's produ- I know he
In 19,
produces, but like,
1949, he made a cowboy movie.
huh?
Wait, why does it? No, he's in it.
Hmm.
What do you do? What do you do?
Uh, so for like his the music department for like what he has done, like he has like there's music department and then there's composer. Like he
Um,
composed Halloween, The Fog, Escape from New
well,
York, Halloween 2, Halloween 3.
while we're here,
Yeah.
we gotta talk about the Things synthesizer opening. It's fucking awesome. It's one of the coolest music openings ever. Blade Runner has some particularly really cool synthesizers. Actually, some groundbreaking synthesizers. I need to name drop the guy who did the Blade Runner synthesizers.
Mhm. Yeah, I
What's
never
his name?
saw
On
the
the phone.
thing. I kind of want to do like a
Yeah,
John.
Evangelist.
I want to do like a John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, like back to back movie thing, like Escape from New
You,
York.
me, now.
Like
We'll do it
you,
whenever you want. Fucking, dude.
like
I have like all of them
yeah, like we'll just watch The Thing, Escape from New York, and Big Trouble in Little China.
now. We gotta watch the Apocalypse trilogy. You need to see everything good and everything bad he's done.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
like John
So the
Carpenter, like he made that like Mars movie, right?
so the Apocalypse trilogy is three movies that kind of all end in the end of the world. The Thing is one of them. The Thing is the first.
Mm-hmm.
In the Mouth of Madness is the second, and it's a really cool one that's based off of some Lovecraft writing. And the third one, uh, I don't think is regarded very well, and I'm trying to remember what its name is. Yeah, Ghosts of Mars. That's the one you were talking about.
Oh,
What's the end of the Apocalypse trilogy?
is it Village of the Damned?
No, it's Prince of Darkness. I was right.
Okay, it's Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, apparently it's really bad.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's not the. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, it made $14 million in box office. I'm wrong, and it cost $3 million to make. Dude. That's a success. Yeah, I should shut the fuck up. I haven't made a movie.
In all fairness,
Unquote, mic drop.
Glass was like it was a movie that made all of its money back. Like M Night
Yeah.
Shyamalan spent like 10
Shyamalan.
like 10, 15 million to make the movie himself, and then he made double his money back, so now he can make movies for the rest of his life.
Alien has a great soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need to show Tess Alien and Aliens. Like me and Molly
That's
want
tough.
like me and Molly want to do like a movie night where we go to your place and then Tess just watches Alien and Aliens. Like she'll just be like, "Oh my god, the horror." And then me and Molly will be like, "Yes." like it'll just be like, "Oh my god, the chestburster
And
scene."
then
Pretzel?
and
Absolutely.
then there's Prometheus, and then there's Covenant, and then there's Romulus. I think it's called Romulus or something on the
Yeah,
way
that's
out.
coming out soon, right?
Very excited. Yes.
Mm. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Let me think. Other movies. Other movies. Let's pull up my letterbox so I can talk better about movies that I consistently think about because that is a smart decision. Oh God, it requires me to log in. Well, now I'm just gonna use my phone. Look at what you did.
Yeah, with a lot of like the scores, I think what's also like not just only the big emotional sweeping ones, but I think some of like the
Mhm.
fun, memorable ones. Like we talked about Ghostbusters, like the well-known theme,
Mm.
but we also got
Mhm.
to talk about I think the Super Mario Brothers theme is probably a very iconic score. Like I mean,
Not the movie though, right?
huh?
Not the movie though, right?
No, I was saying the game because
Oh yeah, yeah. The game is because I was about to say I don't think the movie has very good score. I mean, they replaced a lot of it with like licensed music, like ACDC and stuff. I just think it's cringe. Um,
yeah, I mean I still
I
love the
really,
movie, just
yeah.
but yeah,
Um, Drive.
I don't remember Drive soundtrack.
Drive soundtrack keeps me up at night. I think it's one of the coolest movies ever. Let me
Yeah,
see my ratings so that we can look at the movies that I'm thinking about.
I
I
mean Mad
really
Max.
like
I mean Mad Max Fury Road for me is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think that has
mm,
such a killer soundtrack that nobody like
definitely.
talks about at all. Like the rig is something that I kind of listen to if you want
Hmm.
like some sort of like badass action music of like oh something bad's about to happen. Like the low notes.
Annihilation.
Yeah. Annihilation, that's a good one.
Um, Let me think.
With the meme music that the music that's now a meme.
I'm always thinking about Pixar and Ghibli.
Hmm. I think The
Um,
Incredibles is worth mentioning.
yes, Toy Story 2.
Yeah. Although,
David
which one do you like
Lynch.
more, the Incredible soundtrack or the Toy Story soundtrack?
Deep pondering. I really believe I like Toy Story more than The Incredibles, but I think that The Incredibles is a little bit better than Toy Story because there aren't so many sequels to mull and milk it and drown it. I don't know why I just sent you the numbers 28 on Discord. I send you 27 now.
Like you
um,
count down as if like a bomb's about to go off or something. Oh, this is the final
no.
episode of the podcast, everyone. We're counting down.
David Lynch's music. I think Twin Peaks. It has some of the coolest music ever. It's very relaxing, but they can also be very uncomfortable and corny and threatening. So it's very strange. It feels like resting in a dark place, and I think that's exactly what David wants.
Hmm. Yeah,
We
no.
want to talk movies, stuff like the animated movie Heavy Metal, where it's all music accompanied to animation, or we can talk about like Pink Floyd's The Wall, like a movie that's all about music. And I think that's another masterpiece that a lot of people misunderstand, and I've been thinking about that a lot lately too because I really, really, really like. Um, I really like The Wall. I think
Yeah.
it's an incredible album, but I think Roger Waters is sometimes a little off his rocker. But
Yeah. I mean, I also
I
think Roger
respect him.
Waters has just seen too much. That's why he's kind of like, I'm out. Maybe
I
that's
would give
why.
him love and a therapy.
Yeah,
No,
like,
Ben going, I can fix him.
but yeah, I remember when you showed me The Wall, like when it was like around COVID time. You, me, Zach, and I think Jack, or it was Matt, and we were all watching The Wall together, and we had to go onto like 20 different like Zoom sessions because we had like the 45-minute limit.
Yeah, that was the funniest part. Let me think. Um, Monsters Inc. has an incredible soundtrack.
Hmm.
I know, I know every song in that movie. Fuck you, I can hear one note. You know that. I go. Like it's right there.
I was gonna put
On a
that
tribute
soundbite
track.
in later. Now I feel like I don't have to.
You don't need to. The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro,
Still
has a
need to see
really
that one.
great soundtrack. Highly recommend it. A woman falls in love with the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Hmm.
Um, Eraserhead has a very interesting soundtrack. Scream is always fun. Let's think.
I don't remember any like music, like score music from Scream. Like Scream's a great movie. I don't remember its soundtrack being too memorable.
Let me think. We've got Red Right Hand. I mean, that's the only song I can honestly think of. I mean, I guess more of it stings. I don't know. Sound effects. You know what? I gotta talk about two movies where their entire soundtrack is just songs from one artist that are just very emotionally tender to me. So you're gonna go, Ben's a big soft baby. He's not a Kino. He's not a film Kino man. Okay, but I'm gonna name drop Tarzan, Disney's Tarzan, with the fucking Phil Collins soundtrack. That's literally the best fucking thing in the multiverse, and the Winnie the Pooh Heffalump movie. I'll fucking die on that hill. You'll go, Ben, it's not good. It's just a fucking kid movie. I'll fucking slaughter you where you stand. I leave my carcass in the field. Okay, I'm fucking ready to fight on that hill. Um,
Yeah, no, I.
Cars. I think about Cars all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, by the way, the guy that does all of these movie soundtracks I'm talking about, it's Randy Newman. Fucking Randy Newman does all the Pixar movie soundtracks, and he has for a very long time, up until I think Toy Story 4.
No, I think it's. I think who you're talking about is Michael Giacchino. I think
No, he just picked it up.
no, Michael Giacchino's been doing it for a long time. He's the one that did the Incredibles like main theme. He also is the one that
Well,
did the Up theme that
I
makes
know.
everyone cry.
Hold on. Let me find him.
Let's see if I can.
Where is my man Randy? Randy. Randy. Randy Newman, you son of a. So Randy Newman did Toy Story 1, 2, 3, Monsters Inc., Cars, Toy Story 4, Monsters Inc., Monsters University, A Bug's Life, Princess and the Frog. He did James and the Giant Peach. He did Pleasantville. That's a great movie too.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember. I can't remember much of the soundtrack off the top of my head, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. Um, yeah. Yeah, yeah, no. So yeah, you're right. Giacchino has stepped in and done a lot more as of late.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Michael Bay
Giacchino's.
Transformer. Oh,
Um,
also, did you hear that Michael Bay is going to potentially be directing a Skibbity toilet movie?
what? I don't even know what any of that is.
So on YouTube, somebody made a comedy sketch featuring a character from Half Life and Gary's Mod with his head coming out of a toilet singing. And this character went incredibly popular. So popular now that it has been referenced by Stephen Colbert. It has reached mainstream status. Adults know what a skibbity toilet is. And now it is getting an official blockbuster movie. I mean, it's like they're saying there was an emoji movie, so let's watch this car accident happen in slow motion, shall we?
At least there'll be explosions in it, so it won't be boring. It'll just be stupid.
Space Jam. It's your chance to go dance at the Space Jam. Alright. Um,
Yeah, I also would need to give like one of the soundtracks that I would say is really iconic, especially for me recently, is the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
yes! Great pick. Howard Shore, fucking, like, the Concerning Hobbits theme. Oh my god. Or the stuff that plays, like, that main Lord of the Rings theme. Like, oh my god. I was literally looking. There's a sale on Build-A-Bears right now. And I will tell you, this is a confession. I sleep with a Build-A-Bear in my arms. Okay? They are the perfect size for my wrists when there's nobody to hold me, and they keep me sane. You're gonna say, this man's crazy. No, this man is sane because of like two Build-A-Bear. Maybe a third. I'm really trying to get my hands on Mothman.
Hmm.
I want Mothman.
But yeah, like
Um,
I would say that with Lord of the Rings, like um when we're with Gimli and Legolas and Aragorn, when they're like running across and you hear like da 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 da
yeah,
da,
yeah,
like that's perfect
that's the
running
main theme.
music. That's perfect like running music.
It sounds like something out of Zelda.
Yeah. Like after watching
Pretty
Lord of the
perfect.
Rings, it made me want to play D&D again.
I highly recommend Baldur's Gate if you can find a video game console that doesn't melt playing it.
Mm.
Um, let me think.
I think we have to give it to the Avengers at this point.
Avengers has some pretty decent music in it.
Because I think, like, I would say Infinity War probably has the best music out of
Yeah,
all of the Avengers
Endgame.
movies. Endgame has some pretty great music, but there's something about Infinity Wars that just hits a little better. Like for me,
Um,
Infinity War is a near perfect movie. I don't know if that means I haven't seen enough movies or I just like the movie too much, but I think it's a near perfect movie in so many aspects. I mean, is it the greatest movie of all time? Maybe not, but I still love the hell out of it.
Hi. Thank you. I'll be right out. Um, let me. Another movie I'm always thinking about is what's it called? Stanley Kubrick's.
2001?
I just hope that. Actually, AI
Oh, really?
with fucking Haley Joel Osment.
Hmm.
The last movie he made before he died, it was him in. He died before he could finish it.
Oh.
Spielberg finished it for him posthumously.
Hmm.
It's a very interesting movie because it's like about artificial intelligence, and it kind of takes on a Pinocchio theme. Very much mirrors Blade Runner 2049. I think I love Pinocchio, and that's another thing I would like to note is I love old Disney movies, like very old ones, like
Same.
everything before Sleeping Beauty, maybe including Sleeping Beauty too, because that's kind of like the end of an era for them. Uh, when everything kind of had like choirs and like angelic, sleepy features. Like it's like the type of stuff you'd eat a really good lunch, you'd fall asleep on a couch, nice cushy soft pillows. Like you'd just be like, oh yeah, you just fall asleep and you'd wake up and it'd be like 9 o'clock at night and you'd be like, just stuff would still be on. Like it'd be like, there is no life better than this. Like, fuck.
I dropped a bottle. But so I would also put like Sword in the Stone on there, like the Disney one, if we're talking about like good ones.
It's
Like
got some, yeah. It's got, yeah. No, it's definitely. I think it's it fits in that era. I think it's before Sleeping Beauty.
yeah, like I just think a lot of stuff from that era is also just really nice and just I just it just exudes an era that sadly no longer exists.
And Disney doesn't follow that standard anymore, unfortunately.
I
But
miss 2D animation that didn't look like Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, dude, yeah, dude, I'm just so happy that we're out of the Rick and Morty woods. Smiling Friends is so fun.
Yeah, I gotta give that a shot.
You
Yeah,
must, my friend. It is really good. Back to the Future has a really good soundtrack. I've been thinking about Back to the Future this whole time, and I still haven't brought it up.
yeah. I mean, how
What?
can you not think of da 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 da? And most of the
Like,
music's also done by Huey Lewis.
you like Huey Lewis in the news? Dude, I know it doesn't really have much going on in the music department, but American Psycho is a fucking awesome movie.
A movie I have not seen.
Oh my fucking word, dude, you gotta see it. It's like two parts terrifying and hysterical all at the same time. Like I watched it around the same time I was really getting into Cruelty Squad, and it was like my brain was turning into pus. I was like, what am I politically anymore? Am I an animal? Am I a beast of a man? I don't know.
I mean, a beast.
You know what
Speaking of,
I do have?
I mean, speaking of Beast of the
What?
Man, I would also put the Pink Panther theme on there. I mean, it's so iconic. Like, I feel like whenever I'm sneaking around somewhere, like, I just think about it in my head. You know, like that part in Emperor's New Groove when, like, Kronk's, like, singing his own music as he's sneaking around? That's what I do, but with the Pink Panther music. Like,
I'm looking at movies. What did you say? I'm sorry.
uh, well, just saying that with the Pink Panther theme, like when I'm sneaking around, I feel like I'm Kronk from
Oh yeah.
Emperor's New Groove, but like instead of him making his own,
Playing your own theme song.
yeah, I'm instead of making my own, I just take the Pink Panther one and just play it in my head.
Um, you want to talk about bad movie soundtracks?
Sure, we'll get into bad movie soundtracks.
I feel like in order to commend a movie, you also have to know what movies you can punch down on. Um, I'm looking at some movies.
I think the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck is pretty has a pretty
The
atrocious
Lorax.
soundtrack. Huh?
The Lorax.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not great. Like a
The wait, was that Illumination?
yeah, that was the Illumination one.
Uh, What a dark god we live under.
Well, also there are some
John
movies.
Powell. No, wait, I take it back. It was John Powell. He's God. What?
Yeah, I mean the movie's like
John,
not that. Like I think like I like the Lorax movie. To me, the music's just not memorable. Like I think there are
do you
movies
know
that
John
are.
Powell?
Uh, I'm not too familiar with him. Go ahead.
He's done Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, Kung Fu Panda 1, 2. He did Solo. He did Bolt, Chicken Run, um, How to Train Your Dragon 3, Robots, a lot of the Illumination movies like The Lorax, Rio, Ice Age. He did Face Off.
Hmm.
Um, I know he also did the Metal Gear Solid franchise. The
Really?
entire. Think of. How do you get there? You're like, how did I get here? Like,
Yeah, like I think
uh,
another one that I think we should definitely talk about is, especially with the new games, the Doom music.
Doom. I love Doom. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal because of Mick Gordon's soundtracks, and I'm very upset that he has not gotten the correct treatment by our dark, brutal overlord, um, Bethesda. And I think, and id, I think they should restore their relationship with him, and they will restore their relationship with me because
Yeah.
I have been the Doom guy, like. You know, I played like Doom 1, 2, and 3 in high school. You know, I right before 2016 came out, I let right into that. I barreled through it, and I was playing on its hardest difficulty, and you know, I was fucking played through Doom Eternal. I still need to play through its DLC because I'm a big weenie. I didn't have the money. Now I do. I mean, now I don't, but I do, but I don't. But I already bought it, so I technically did. But yeah. Um, talking about big Bethesda video games is making me think about that other video game that they make. The only other successful thing that Bethesda currently has going on right now, because they showed us a picture of the Elder Scrolls 6 5 years ago,
I think I remember that. Yeah.
and now the only thing they have going on is Fallout, which they're lucky. I fucking love Fallout aesthetic and Fallout music, and you know, I mean, it helped me become a cowboy. Um, Fallout New Vegas' soundtrack is spectacular. I really love the radio that they use in Fallout New Vegas for Old World Blues, where it's all like 1920s jazz. It makes you feel like a detective, and you're just walking around this big crater full of scientific atrocities,
Hmm.
and it's all science fiction themed. It's like science fiction madness, like it's like that type of aesthetic. So you can kind of get that when you're walking around to like noir jazz and that shit's going on. It's kind of fucking awesome.
I think another one that you have to absolutely bring up is the Terminator soundtrack.
Dun 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 dun. Another one.
Like
Um,
like T1 and T2 I think together are is one big masterpiece. Like I want someone online to like edit those two movies into like one super movie.
mhm.
By the way, don't include the like extended edition of like T2. Like I don't think you
What?
need that. I don't think you need that really, because T2 was already kind of perfect the way it is. It doesn't really need anything else. Like
Huh.
it's precise, it's clean. I think you can move forward with it. Like I don't think you need any of the other fluff that it's got. Cuz I
There's like eight.
will go ahead.
There's like 8 different edits of Blade Runner.
And that's why I never really
It's
liked
ha-
Blade Runner. Like that's the thing. Like
it's
I this is probably what I'm gonna get hate for to people listening. I am not the biggest Blade Runner fan because I watched two different versions. I watched the theatrical. I watched the final. I didn't watch the extended. but like I fell asleep and was bored each and every time. And it's gonna hurt so many people, and I'm sorry, but I do
I am the hurt.
love Blade Runner 2049. I love that movie.
I am the hurt. You as the Harrison Ford fan, you so claim to be. You must climb up this mountain, my friend. I promise you, the rewards it will bring shall be fruitful.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
the soundtrack to Blade Runner is amazing, like both movies. But like but yeah, I never fell in love with Blade Runner the same way as others. Like I also never fell in love with RoboCop. It was
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't. Okay,
You're fucking.
let me let.
I love RoboCop.
All right, let me
I'm
explain.
fucking crazy about RoboCop.
All right, let me explain. I saw RoboCop at an age where I should have seen it. I saw it when I was 20. I should have seen it when I was like 13, 14. Then I would have loved it even more. Because everyone that I know that loves RoboCop saw it at an age where they shouldn't have seen it. Like
I
that.
saw it while I was working at PBS.
Oh,
Fucking love it.
oh wow. I guess it.
It's incredible. It's a great movie. It's got an awesome soundtrack, an aggressive, capitalistic cyberpunk world. Miguel Ferreira, God rest his soul. He's fucking Twin Peaks alumni, so you know I gotta rep it. But yeah, like RoboCop's awesome. Like the shameless gore, the guy turning into the fucking pussball. Ray Wise is in it too, another Twin Peaks alumni. Why are there
Yeah.
so many Twin Peaks people in RoboCop? I wonder why Ben likes it. No, um,
I mean, I do
every
like
entire section.
RoboCop. I just don't love it as much. You know, it's another one like Top Gun. Top Gun's another one that I never fell in love with.
Oof. Oh, I got yeah. That's my crime too.
Like,
I'm not a big Tom Cruise.
neither am I, but like, I mean, Tom Cruise is in good movies. It's not like he's never
Yes,
made a good
yes,
movie.
absolutely. Like Vanilla Sky is one of my favorites. I think it's a fucking nuts movie. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love crazy movies like End of Evangelion, um,
You ever seen Edge of Tomorrow
Interstellar, Edge of Tomorrow.
with
No, wait, is that
Tom
that's
Cruise, Emily
yeah,
Blunt,
it's
Bill
based off a
Paxton?
manga, Live Die Repeat.
Yeah, yeah. Like I loved
Yeah,
that movie. I thought it was
Molly owns the
great.
manga. It's like $100 now.
Oh, really?
You can't find the print of it anymore.
Hmm.
Molly the goat.
Yeah.
Mib. Um, let me think.
I think
Shooting the.
another one that I think we should also bring up, since I'm looking at the picture that's autographed by him, by Kevin Conroy. I think we got to bring up Batman the Animated Series intro theme.
Yeah, that's a great. Well, I mean, that's like textbook Batman.
But what's funny
I'm
is like,
thinking.
what's funny is the intro to that. Like Shirley Walker, who composed the animated series, was kind of going off of something similar to Danny Elfman's score. And so she kind
Yeah,
of like
she
went
would.
she
Yeah.
did like she kind of did like her own riff on it. And then at one point when they were doing like the Batman and Robin adventures, they she made her own theme of it. Like, here's my version of Batman the Animated Series theme. And then when you get to Mask of the Phantasm, which is my favorite Batman movie of all time, it's the best version of that theme with the operatic score, and everyone that's singing it is saying the names of like the people that are part of the choir because they couldn't get their names in their credits. So it's just them
Mm,
saying them backwards.
that's cool.
But yeah, it's but yeah, no, like I think Batman always just has like great music. Spider-Man, Batman, they always have like great music. Like Danny Elfman did the first two Raimi movies.
You wanna, with like another 5 minutes on the clock, you wanna tackle Star Wars?
Um, we'll get to Star Wars in a minute, but I want to just list my two other ones that are video
Oh
games.
yeah, totally. I
Uh,
want you to know.
Shadow of the Colossus has an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was thinking about that, and another PlayStation 2 game I was thinking about was Silent Hill 2, of course.
It's a pretty
You know
good one.
me. You you know me. I fall asleep to that one. I like it. It is very sleepy. It is not that scary. Destiny 2. Destiny has a pretty good soundtrack. I mean, and Halo does too, but had to mention.
Yeah, I think Watch
No,
Dogs has a fairly decent um like score
I've
to
never
it.
played a Watchdog.
I played all of Watch Dogs 2's story. It's worth it.
Oh,
One
oh
and
yeah,
two are
Watch Dogs
good.
2. I remember watching a friend play it. It was great.
One and two are good. Three is fine, I guess. I didn't play it. I didn't bother. Um,
I
but
need to see more Red Dead Redemption.
I'm gonna play that game real soon because I want to start it.
And my big my big game that I'm playing right now is this text-based detective game called Disco Elysium that basically plays like if a guy went crazy, forgot everything about himself overnight, and then you're playing inside out inside of his head. All of his different emotions are fighting, and he is like, wait, I'm a fucking police officer working on a murder case? What the fuck?
Hmm.
And that's what you're going into. And it's like,
So it's Quantum Leap meets Inside Out meets Crime Noir.
and there's a lot of politics.
Huh. Well, another one that I want to get into before Star Wars, and this is another one of my favorite games of
Yes.
all time. Uh, The Last of Us. I know you've never played The Last of Us, but the
Yes.
soundtrack to it is so good. Like the opening, like the main menu of the
That
game,
guitar.
yeah, with the guitar, like the riff is
Yeah.
so soft, so
En-
sweet, and so
enchanting.
it's
Like,
so beautiful and calming.
I
Like,
remember when it first played during the 2011 Game Awards. Or no, it wasn't the 2011, but it was one of those really early Game Awards. They had a guy come out and just play it on guitar, and it was fucking unbelievable. And like I was at Halloween Horror Nights last year, and I got to experience the Last of Us haunted house. And it's crazy that I even get to experience it because I'll be honest, I've told you I'm not a big Last of Us guy. There's a lot of problems I have with its plot and its logic, and I don't like Neil Druckmann.
yeah, I know how you
But
feel about him.
I still feel value in its story and the way that it tells it, like in certain aspects. But I think that the second one kind of fudges a lot of the plot. Um,
Yeah, I
but
really wonder
yeah,
how that second season's gonna go. I was saying to someone about The Last of Us season 2, like the show. I'm just like, just don't do the second game yet. How about make an in-between story? Like where Joel is still
there's
around for
some
another
DLC for it.
season. Like I want to see more
There's some
Joel.
DLC.
I don't want Joel to like die like 3 episodes into season 2.
It would be like the first episode actually, if it happened according to the game.
Yeah. That's I don't want that, and Tess knows that happens and she doesn't want that either.
Nobody wants to watch it without Pedro, and I think that they're actively rewriting the story just to keep him in it.
Yeah, I mean, I hopefully, I mean, if they do that, then good. But like,
Because the
with
whole
and
game is about breaking the cycle of violence, but then it's like the gameplay. There is not a single instance you can sneak away from human beings and not massacre all of them. So it's
yeah,
like, what are you trying to tell me, narrative wise? Because, like, if this was a smart game, I'd be able to run away from everything. I can do that in Resident Evil. I can do that in Elden Ring. I can do that in Fortnite. I can do that in Fallout. I can do it in almost every fucking game, except I can't do it in fucking The Last of Us, a game that is supposed to be about breaking the cycle of violence. I'm like,
well, I would argue that Joel is the one that can't break it, and that Ellie is the only one that can. That like she can learn from like Joel's mistakes
he does.
because because Joel is a hypocrite. And the show and the game are not afraid to say, yeah, he's a hypocrite. Joel is not a great guy, regardless about how you, whether or not like him saving Ellie at
He's a
the
little
end,
selfish. Like,
like whether or not you think saving Ellie at the end was the right move or the wrong move, what really shows like how shitty and selfish he is that he didn't tell Ellie like, oh, he didn't tell Ellie the truth. And I think that's one of the reasons why that game is so good, because that it's because it's an ending that you don't know how you feel. And it's not an ending where it's not like Clockwork Orange or The Mist where it feels kind of like a fuck you. Like it doesn't, like, for me the Last of Us ending doesn't feel like a fuck you ending. It feels like
No.
this is the world, this is the story. Like, we don't know how we're going to go forward, but we know that this is how this story wraps.
It's
Yeah.
pretty. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's put a beautiful bow on this. Let's talk about Johnny Boy.
Yep, Star Wars. What can we
I
say?
also want to.
What can we say that hasn't already been said about Star Wars? The music.
It's hard because yeah, no, I mean like his music evokes complete, perfect science fiction exploration at almost any age. It could be complicated science fiction. It could be ancient fantasy. Like honestly, I feel like you could put Star Wars music over medieval stuff and it would work fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, with Star Wars, and like I said earlier about John Williams, like every piece of music that he makes for Star Wars is interesting and unique. And yeah, he borrows one or two things from himself, but he takes that thing and like builds on top of it. Like Ray's theme,
Or he plays it backwards.
yeah, no, like Ray's theme is, I'm not a big sequel fan, but I love this little part of like Ray's theme, like is part of it is from the Emperor's theme, and then like he builds on top of it to like make something new and different, and we wouldn't quite be able to tell the difference unless you really really listened. And
Yeah, no, little motifs like that are always really really cool to see. And yeah, yeah, honestly, that's one of the incredible things about Star Wars. I think my favorite Star Wars tracks don't end up even being the big bombastic ones. It's a lot of the slow stuff like swamps on Mustafar, or
mm-hmm.
not swamps on Dagobah, like weird areas.
Yeah, I mean Binary Sunset hits pretty hard.
I mean a lot of the like advanced technology music of the prequel trilogy is really cool too.
Yeah, I like when like in Attack of the Clones, like when they arrive on Naboo, it's really really good.
Yeah, yeah.
I also think
Some
everything about the pod racing scene and the Phantom Menace is just perfect. Like like
yeah.
I will say this, I like the Phantom Menace. The only thing that prevents me from loving it is the pacing. Oh my god. This is a 2-hour movie that feels like a 5-hour movie.
And it feels like the amount of content in it is like should be able to be condensed into a 1 hour movie.
Yeah,
Like it feels like it's explaining things very slowly. I mean, it's not even like it's like a bad movie. Like it's got some good ideas. It's just very slow and contrived and corny. But it's still there's a good movie in there somewhere.
yeah, there's a good movie in there, and I think we can forgive the movie. Like, I say this about the Phantom Menace. I love the beginning. I love the end. I love the pod racing scene. And I like, some of the actors in it. But aside from that, it's overall kind of just eh.
I like Greedo.
That's right, Greedo, new Anakin. That's so funny. I'm fine with that
Um,
stuff. I think that stuff is fine and cute.
Revenge of the Sith. I mean, Duel of Fates.
Anakin's
Let's think.
betrayal,
Uh, um,
like the storming of
I mean,
like the Jedi Temple.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm like,
Like it's like it I like it definitely feels like John Williams, like I think maybe he was slightly burnt out with Star Wars, and then George Lucas squeezed some of that like extra juice out of him,
Milk and dry.
and then the juice became like this fermented wine that like has aged beautifully over the years. Like it's
Milk. He used his he used his Lucas mucus.
yeah,
Um,
it's like in Medicine Man when all the alcohol is fermented in spit.
we also got to talk about that other movie he did. You might have an idea of what I'm talking about based off of this Transformer.
Yep, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park.
I
Just
would I'd like to talk about the Jurassic Park movies because they have a very good soundtrack, and I love the themes of biology and technology and progress and going too far, and of course, Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by the incredible Jeff Goldblum, his chaos theory, just a lot of different things make the movie uber cool.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but da dee 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 da dee doo da dee dee da dee dee da doo da dee dee da. You're wearing the shirt.
Yeah, I know. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing an indie shirt, our fellow listeners.
I wore a Nickelodeon shirt because I like the SpongeBob movie soundtrack, and I like the Jimmy Neutron movie soundtrack, and I like Fortnite.
I think.
Closing
Actually,
thoughts.
you know what? In that same spirit, how about Phineas and Ferb's soundtracks?
Those are incredible too. Yeah. Um. Yeah. All the songs and everything. I mean, Squirrels in My Pants.
Yep,
Simping. Squirrels in My Pants.
I know. Yeah, I mean, John
Um.
Williams also did the first three Harry Potter movies. Like,
I didn't even know that.
oh yeah, I mean, like, if you want to know why the Harry Potter theme is so good, it's because of him.
Like why?
Like, and he also did the Richard Donner Superman movies with Chris Reeves.
Oh. Yeah. Now we're talking. You mean the best Superman?
Yeah.
You mean the Superman? You mean you go on the roller coaster and they play the song Superman? You mean the Iron Giant and they go Superman, Superman? We're talking about that Superman.
Yep.
Oh,
But yeah,
oh
what are your
God.
closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are: don't give up on your dreams, and make everything that you like, but also find time to have fun.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Also, but yeah, John Williams didn't give up, and he did some pretty cool stuff. And I mean, he did it literally. I mean, somebody check the age on that guy. He's getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting up there, but he's not like phoning it in. Or if he
I
is
know he's
phoning
not
it in,
funny.
or if he is phoning it in, we can't tell.
He's so good we can't tell anyone.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, and I know that we didn't talk too much about like TV show intros or like songs because I can't really think of any like TV show like not necessarily like intros but like scores that like match hitherto uh, some of the other stuff.
Twin Peaks is the only show I've got.
Yeah, I mean Breaking
Um,
Bad has a great
SpongeBob.
theme, but I don't know Breaking Bad for its music. I know it for like its intro and
The one time Walt's like, "Stay off my territory," and DLZ by TV on the radio plays. Let me think.
Community I'd say also has a pretty good like soundtrack.
I was gonna say Community. I'm always thinking about Troy and Abed in the morning, Ben and Haley in the morning.
When me and Tess are done watching New Girl, we're gonna be watching Community together.
You better. And
Yeah.
you better tell me and Haley about everything because yeah. Sometimes I feel like Jeff Winger, but then sometimes I feel like Haley and I are Troy and Abed.
I am very much Abed mixed with Jeff's sarcasm. Like I think I'm a combination of all of them sometimes.
I think everybody is, but dude, like, uh, it's such an emotional show to think about because it's like it completely coincided with me in college ending. Like it's like, and the way that it ends is very lasting impact on me.
I think also what's great about Community is that they were like, we're doing 6 seasons. We're not doing 7. Like, I'm sorry, but this is going to
Six
die
seasons in
with
a
you.
movie.
Yeah, that's it.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah, and the movie's happening.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah, I, but yeah, and Ludwig Göransson does the thing for that. He does that.
Ludwig.
Yeah, and he also does the Mandalorian theme. He did some Black Panther stuff. Like he's actually like a very very good like composer. I think he could be the next John Williams.
Johnny boy, Jenny,
Like
Johnny boy.
like Ludwig is the new like could be the new John Williams, and Michael Giacchino is the could be the new Danny Elfman. We didn't talk too much about Danny Elfman. I might save that for another day. We could do a part 2. Do a part
Yeah.
2 and have Tess on here.
Yeah, no, we gotta have an extra person because clearly we can talk till the cows come home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good time to call it before we run for another hour or two because food and work and
Yeah.
existence. But yeah, we should get another person. We should get another chef in the kitchen on see what could go wrong.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. So, yeah, this was really fun. Thank you so much for being here, Ben. And
Thank you for having me. This was
thank
awesome.
and thank you everybody for listening, and tune in next week to the Let's Talk Stuff podcast.
Yeah.
Bye.